for global practices as a chief engineer, as an industry leader in automotive industry, heavy machinery. And I'm working for all the kind of technology, existing technology, new technology, how we can build solution and go to customer as a transformation. So that's why I'm working. So I joined as a graduate engineer trainee in Tata Motors. And when Tata Technology formed, so I moved from Tata Motors to Tata Technology, but continue working for Tata Motors, which is my prime customers. If you can see in the screen, and I have worked for more than 100 customers globally, which you can see in this slide. I'm going to talk about that flavor in the next couple of slides as well. And I have worked for the automotive, aerospace, heavy machinery, FMCG, port, steel, cargo, all area I have worked. I have also for the Tata Steel, which you can see. Validation, manufacturing, new product introduction, and forging, die design, suspension, all area I have worked as I have written. And name the technology I have worked with my own hands. You talk about Dassault system, you talk about Siemens, PTC, all technology I have worked. I happen to learn. So that's what is the summary. I'll take another 5 minutes to talk about that. So this is the college. Always is good to talk about the college. So I'm from NIT, but that is my achievement in the college, and hope this will. I'm the mechanical branch the topper, sports champion, all-rounder student of the year, student of the college, best organizer, best curator, best debater, all the area I worked. Recently, I attended alumni meet, so I got 25 years of the medal from the chief minister also. So this is my story, go back. Some of the pictures you can just see from the bottom. So I get attached when I talk about BIT Sindri or the old name of NIT Patna, which is BC Patna. So all comes to in the same college background. Now coming to the industry, I have especially prepared this slide for all of you. If you see the left side, these are the industry I have worked. Why I'm sharing is that because you will get to know that working in the different domain is brings lot of experience, lot of learning happens, and you can lot of get back to the customers when you work for the different customers. So I've got all different industry I have worked, and you can see right hand side domain you talk about. People generally work in one particular domain. We talk about say product designing. So he's only working the product, but I have worked in the entire end-to-end development, the product life cycle, which I'm going to talk about. So my manufacturing is my passionate. So physically 5 plants, manufacturing plant of the automotive I have set up, 4 in India, 1 in outside, but entirely done as a digital and then physically is done. So which you can see sheet metal or layout planning, process planning, forging, augmented virtual, industry 4. Many organizations I work for setting up their industry for the entire what technology and roadmap to be made. So this is what the industry I have worked. You see this particular slide is again as I made for the especially for this BIT Sindri. You can look at see that the product design, these are the software, these are the technology I have talked about. So previous slide was the domain. Domain is very, very important for a student to know about, know how it has happened, how we design, how we concept. So that's where we build, and technology we use to with the merging with the domain, which helps us to kind of developing product or the process in a system. So product design, there are the technology I have worked. Product CAE validation, the finite element analysis, talk about Altair, MHC, Simulia, I have worked manufacturing, which you got the digital manufacturing, CNC, sheet metal, augmented reality. So name the technology I am fortunate to work on. PLM, which is again the backbone of the any digital transformation technology, Nobia team set I work. And skilled I have talked about. Recently, these are the technology which are emerging. So we need to upskill our relearning has to happen all the time. So these are the recent last couple of years I built this the skill and competence on the top of that what I am having it. So this sets the kind of the technology I have worked. And when we talk about the customers, I have put the logo. It will motivate all the participant that you see that so many organizations I have worked for the American, Europe, and Indian customers. But while I am my prime customer has been always in Tata Motors, Tata Hitachi, Tata Marco Polo, as well as the Tata Steel. I have worked for the lot of on the digital transformation. I will talk about all the OEMs and tier 1 suppliers globally. I happened and fortunate to be work. So that was the background. Hope Ronit, any question as of far? Hope Ronit, you can hear me. Abhinav, you can hear me. Okay, perfect.
Yes, I'm able to hear you.
Perfect. So now this is the my entire discussion will be around on this topic. I'm going to talk about what are the challenges and background of the digital transformation in the product lifecycle. I'm going to cover in the 6 slides which I put, and what are the enablers of the product lifecycle management. What is the digital thread and transformation? As a engineer, you are studying is as a ready engineer, which is going to be deployed after some time working in the industry, you will come to know. And what is the PLM ecosystem? I'll try to talk at the very base level, but you can always ask the questions. And what is the benefit summary? So this way I have summarized, and a lot of references I have taken. I have tried to take references from the internet, which are available, and from the OEM, which provide the softwares and etc. From there I have picked up. So let's talk about the first one, is the challenges of background. So before that, the key takeaway we'll see that in the end of your webinar, what is the basic understand product life cycle, what are the lead transformation, what are the change document management, what are the technology enabler for the different domain value stream mapping, and we are all this will benefit all the students. Not only it is applicable to the mechanical, it goes to civil, electrical, electronics, your mining or industrial engineering, or any startup which is working in the BIT Sindri, all are going to benefit and learn about it. And how this PLM is helping is a kind of enabler or technology to improve the productivity or time and cost or faster design to market, all we are going to see it one by one. But here I'm also going to talk about who are the technology enabler in this. So these are the key takeaway. So I'm getting into the challenges. Now look at this particular slide. What happens when we work in an industry, or you are designing a product, or you are working in a manufacturing. So engineers are working on this. They find the challenges. You know, the 3D CAD data. We have made the CAD data, but where to keep the CAD data? There are multiple software would be there. There will be multiple version of the software there. There will be product, there will be assembly, there will be the component, there will be the attribute of the part, like what is the weight, what is the bill of material, how many parts go to a product. So and what is your requirement. So lot of information which you require for designing a part. But we need to manage this properly. You cannot keep in a folder, in a desktop or in a drive where we keep and overkeep. And this has to be process of maker, checker, and approver. Someone make it, someone has to check it, someone has to release it. Then it goes to the next people or agency. That is what we see. That is what is got the CAD management or data management. But typically, the students in the current context, you must be doing it and keep it somewhere in the folder. But we need a proper system and technology which enables all these aspects which I'm talking about. Now you will talking about what is change management. We have designed it. Say Ronit design a part, but somebody say Avinav, he wants to make some changes. So how the changes will happen? What is the workflow we need to follow? That is very, very important. Because why I'm saying, I'll take an example of automotive, say the car. Typically taken a car, there are 5,000 parts. In a car, there are 5,000 parts. See, in a one car model, but 5,000 part will have bill of material, quantity, material, space, a lot of things will come. Then one model, 5,000 part, that car will have, say, 10 variant. 10 variant means it's a difference of one product, one car to other, maybe say 20% changes. So one car has got the base 5,000 part, other will go to 20% more. May say 1,000 more additional say per part will come. So similarly, it will become say 10,000. Similarly, in a company who makes the automotive car, he will be making 200 car, 200 models, and maybe say he will maybe the 500 variant. So many things, so many product data, so many CAD data, so many people are working. There will be designer, there will be the draftsman, there will be someone who will be releasing it, someone will be using. So many ecosystem will be there who is working. I'm now talking about the design process. I'll come how the other agency will come. So manufacturing people will require to access that data. He would like to see. So you can see is that so many things will need, and change management is a very, very critical and important for any product lifecycle management. I'm going to talk about more in detail. Then what I have seen, like silos means say one person is working, he's working independently, they are not collaborating others. But now the change that we need to collaborate with all the designers, all the agencies, so that collaborative work. So these are the changes that we have seen. The people work in the silos, cross function connection is there, revision and versioning is not there, supplier collaborations, I'm designing it, but there may be many suppliers who may be supplying it. The supplier has to come on board. So how to manage the supplier and supplier data sharing and taking their feedback and their data back to the our automotive OEM. So impact analysis, the changes happen, what is impact analysis, and people look for the data. Data could be say the document also, or information also, CAD data also, or bill of material also. A lot of things they will look for, they will hunt, because majority what I have experienced in industry, people go and hunting for the CAD data information, and collaboration is missing, managing large data. And most important is that, say, in an organization, some product you are making on one software, say the CATIA, another team is working on, say, the in some subsystem, say the suspension, they are working on the PTC or the Siemens software. But how to integrate multi-CAD data is value, because when you do assembly, I would like to have all the subsystem or domain data to come in one in assembly. So managing multi-CAD data is again challenges. So these are the challenges. And one more important thing, project management is important. If you do the project manager, we track the time, ki, say Ronit is doing or Abhinav is doing some work, what task is assigned, when is completing, when is. So these are the things, is the kind of challenges come, and all the things needs to be addressed. So this is the engineering domain industry problem. I'm talking about automotive, but same thing can be got aerospace or maybe the process industry also. So these are the one set of challenges I'm talked about and I mentioned about. Hope the team has got it. Now I'm going to the move to the next. Now we see challenge number 2, set of challenges 2. Now we see you students may be working, say design is there. So you are using one software for one design. Say only you are using say one of the say CATIA you are working out, but you need to take the solution of the Dassault system which collaborate with everyone. In the recent past, we have done say the industry people, they have got point solution and working in silos. Design has got different solution, software CAE different solution, manufacturing different solution, PLM different solution, and various levers of industry has got different solution, and they are all working differently. But this makes that we are not collaborating. We are spending time to migrate data from one software to other, keeping multiple versions. These are the challenges we have seen in the past, that recent past, that point solution or softwares are available, which create a problem for the industry and also the students to learn about. So these are the two basic more challenges is available, which we have seen in the past. Now, how I'm going to see in the next set of slides, that how these challenges can be addressed and overcome using the technology of the product lifecycle management. Okay, and here a lot of data losses happen in this platform. So now moving to the next slide. Before that, I talk about, I have especially prepared this slide for all the students to know about that when we develop a product, there are multiple stages happen. One you can see here, you collect the requirement from the customer. So we call it strategic and concept model. Means you talk to the customer, collect the feedback, you do the surveys, and he collect that what kind of, say you are going for the launch a car, he will do the survey, you collect the information, data, specification, expectation. So that needs to be managed. This is one stage of the product development stage. Second is that designer gets into that, he start designing it, but he does parallel many works. He doesn't do only design, he do the benchmarking, he take the competitor data, he study from there what is the product they are using, what is the specification there, what is the material, what is the manufacturing process, and also parallel you need to the prototyping, design, modeling, and also we need to do say durability analysis or crash analysis. So a lot of things needs to be done. So when we do the product life cycle, all things happen concurrently or simultaneously, and also we need to release the data to do the manufacturing, tooling, a die design also needs to happen parallelly, and tooling manufacturing. Excuse me. Excuse me. So this particular slide talks about that what are the various stages of a product development stages. And you can see here at the bottom right, product life cycle management. So entire stages of the product development is managed by the backbone of the technology, the product life cycle management, which I'm going to talk about. So once this happened, we go for prototyping, then we make the sample product, which may be alpha, beta, and etc. And then once the product is proven, we release in the mass production, we go in it. So this is important is that the students to know about it. You can take a screenshot and keep it that if any questions you can ask me. Please here note it that I have written the multi agencies are there. It is not one department or one domain people are. Design is preparing, production is preparing, manufacturing is preparing, supplier is interacting, quality, supply chain, all collaboratively is a part of the product development stages. Now, moving ahead, I have put the same thing in a different way, in a circular, so that we understand. So same thing I have with the horizontal end-to-end product development stage. I have put in the point 1. Point 2, please note it down. Here, this concept in this way or the other way is applicable to across the industry, whether you are working in automotive, or aerospace, or transportation, or mobility, or agriculture, or high-tech, or natural resources, or mining. These are this other way, this way, there are some stages of product and process resources. So this is not limited to the product life cycle, is limited to the one particular sector. This is what I wanted to share through this particular slide. So having talked about the challenges and background, I'm just moving about the PLM enabler. What is the digital thread and transformation in 4th slide, then I will talk about more about PLM. Now coming to the what is product life cycle, I have just giving a definition. Here, it is a process of managing the entire life cycle of a product. Means when I say the life cycle product, means when you design and conceptualize a product, then you design it, manufacture it, do the CAE validation, manufacturing, quality, and then you sell it to the customer, sell information, warranty, and then product gets dies. So for entire end-to-end, from beginning to end, entire information and data is managed through a particular the practices and for which that we use the product lifecycle management. So this is what is the product lifecycle. So managing the entire end to from when it bombs, it starts conceptualizing till it dies. So entire stage in between is managed. That will have a lot of information, lot of data, entire thing done is there. So here, what does the PLM? It is very, very important. The PLM integrates people, data, processes, business systems, provides a product information backbone for the companies and their extended enterprises. Backbone of the company, extended enterprises means it could be your IT people, it could be from supplier, it could be the partners, it could be your ERP guy who is the material management, who is doing the purchase order generation for any organization. So whole comes into the backbone of the product life cycle management. Hope I'm able to explain. Now, this is a very how the PLM growth has happened is important to know. So if you see that I have worked on a big drafting board of A0 size of drafting where we used to make say 2D drawing only. Take the tie score, you take the tie score and draw the line and make the drawing, and you make the different views of the product which you are doing, the engineering material. So that is I have done. I have myself have worked on the 2D drafting from the last 30 years. But gradually now 3D CAD model we started working. The technology came in picture. There was a point solution available. Say one solution is there who is only the CAD designing, manage the bill of material, and managing the 2D drawing and 3D drawing. Now then we move to product data management. Product data management, when we say, is that we have seen that managing the design and design related aspects only with the bill of material, multi-CAD data, plugin. Plugin means the data from one type of software to other, managing that. So that PDF. Now we are talking about product life cycle, which is the 4th stage. You can see up 4th stage is the product life. So entire value chain or digital thread, what is the digital thread I'm going to talk about, or manufacturing, entire information, product, process, and resources. Product, process means documentation, quality documentation, process sheet, or the line balancing document, or CAE result, or report, all things is managed the PL BOM. I'm going to talk about that. Or Industry 4.0, elements interfaces is managed the entire PLM cycle. So PLM is now the backbone. We manage and collaborate and link with all the area. And a lot of technology is available, which we will see in the next couple of slides. So this is the way how the growth of the PL happened. 2D drawing, then 3D drawing, then PDM, and then the PLM. And PLM, completely we talk about the digital thread is the backbone, Industry 4.0 is goes to the PLM. Now, this is a very important slide. I have just created it here. You can see just before few slides, I talk about challenger number 2, where we saw that design, there is a separate software, CAE separate software, or manufacturing, CNC machining, or robotics planning, or robotic simulation, whatever you talk about, turning, milling, the PLM, all were having the different solution. Now here, nowadays, the technology or OEM software provider provide the platform. Platform means that a pura ek truck jaisa things they are available, and that contains all the software related technology, design, CAE, manufacturing, and the PLM, all available in one platform. Means once you log in, you can see all design related CAD software, CAE, all are available. So now, over the period, technology or software has moved from point solution, which we saw in the challenges, to a platform. So here, when it goes to platform, all user in the platform, any user can talk together, share feedback, or collect the feedback. He can review, he can do the project manager, he can do CAE analysis. Don't need to switch from workbench one software to other. This is all available on your one interface as a platform. And now the technology, you talk about a Dassault, a Siemens, a PTC, Altair, a lot of things, they are available here. You need to, and the technology is available on premises, meaning you can install in your lab or your server, or it is available on cloud. On cloud means you can work from anywhere. And all kind. And what you need to do, you have to subscribe it based on the roles you wanted. Based on the role you wanted, I want a drafting, you can get it. You want a CAE analysis, you can just subscribe to add it, like Amazon we go. Just subscribe it, it will get added. You have to just pay it or to subscribe it. So now the point solution, we have to the platform. I'm just taking an example of Dassault system. Dassault is a platform-based solutions available. Just subscribe it, configure it, and based on that, whatever add-on you want to say, tomorrow you want to do CNC machining, you just subscribe the role, add it. It will be seen in your login, and you are seen, and this will work seamlessly, collaboration between one to other. So it is that just pay and use it, and it doesn't call for any dedicated installations. When you work for the cloud, admin part goes away, hardware is not required, the laptop which you use that, and the platform does that you can talk to any users, you can talk to your user community, you can talk to supplier, all collaboration happen. The most important, you can do the project management like we do in the your MS Primavera or MS project, we do it. I'm going to talk in subsequent. So it reduces the time, is a faster time to market, which we are going to the seat. Hope I am audible, Ronit, right? Just confirm it. Just confirm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're
Yes,
audible.
sir.
Perfect. So this is the very nice slide. The details are there. So I move it to the next. Okay, this is a fantastic slide I have created for all the students. Please, students, take a picture of this and you can keep it with me, keep it with you. Here you see here, left hand side, the product is the hidden. So product life cycle management. What are the right side software? All majority of software. Product design, these are the software technology being used in some way or other. This is for, please note it, this is applicable to all branches of engineering. It is not that computer science there is opportunity. If computer wants to get asked some question, I can help you what way it will help. Civil, mining, electrical, electronics, all the technology, product design, these are the software modules are available, digital manufacturing, metal flow simulation. And nowadays we are talking about augmented and virtual visualization. So these are the technology I have listed you that is now technology, and technology is available as a collaboration, a partnership, as a platform base. So this is a very quick snapshot of, we don't need to run and here and there, is available, and across the domain, across the technology is available, and you can see and refer it and you can work it. And I'm happy to share that whatever you see in the screen, all software I have worked my own hands. I got my opportunity last 30 years to work and deliver for the customers. So this is a very quick slide. I will bring this slide after some time as well. Now I'm moving to the next slide. This is a very important slide. We will see it, spend some time over here. Now, PLM we call also single source of truth. Single source of truth. This is a technology. And if you see, say I'm taking an example of say automotive, a car or truck manufacturer here. Designer is connected with here. So NPI, no production, but a team or domain who is responsible of developing a product and implementation called the NPI. Then we call the project, means who does the process planning or manufacturing planning. He does that. So they are here. Sorry. So project team will come who can do the facility plan, design, tooling design, all our clients. So sourcing team means supplier who develops the part, a process from the vendors and outside. So here they also require the CAD data. They also require the bill of material. They also require information of the product data, and they need to manage and give it to the drawing, access to the drawing, all this stuff. Production, training document, training creation for production, operator training, equipment designing, quality. Quality is there. What is the quality? The PFD require, process FPM is there, quality documentation require, warranty claim is required, sales and marketing, they require the data of the product or the processes for their say content creation for the sales and marketing, virtual reality content creation, or training their people, training their dealer, all they require. And finally, if you see here, the people who is the enterprise research plan, they require the data from the PLM for costing of the product, for material management, for ordering, the pricing, the purchase order, placing order, or require. So these are the 8 stream who I have taken an example, and all aspects, all stages are covered here, is manage the data access through the product lifecycle management. So product lifecycle management, which carries the data, and everyone here, all department people are referring to single data, which is the released or in the work in progress, they can access it. They will not able to maintain in the silos or a desktop or a data. So this is include what you talk about, say CAD data, you talk out the CA data, you talk out of the document. Say there is a requirement of the customer, you can check in the data into the PLM and you can give access to the PLM. So that can be done. Quality document, who is the vendor? You want to send the drawing to the vendor, you can send to them. You can give access to the PLM to them. Is the manufacturing guy who is doing the assembly, you can create the content, he can refer. What is the important here also? Here the native data is handled by the generally by the designer who has created it, while all other agencies generally are given in the lightweight format of the data. So JT is the lightweight format, is generally widely adopted by the automotive. Is that data is system generated data is created and which goes to the all the agency. Any agency require the native data of the CAD data in the native format, say the CATIA or the NX require of the project, they can access it here. So this particular slide, I'm going to talk one by one on the detail in the next slides. So PLM is a single source of truth. It connects the all the engines here. That is what is called some we hear that digital thread. Digital thread is that whatever we have created, all the agencies are connected. Is a threat we have created for everyone, which enables them. Look, they don't need to hunt for the information. They don't need to just you have to give the access. The what you want to give the access, he can access it, he can create it, or he can just visualize it, or the read format. That entire thing can be managed. Okay, this is very important. Now I'll just quickly talk about one by one with a few slides so that we understand better. So here, this is what I have put to the learning from this slide is that PLM, product line enable digital thread. Digital thread means all ecosystem of value system people are connected using the same data and managing better way there. And continuity, money I have created is continuing to all the departments. So different terms are being used. So single source of truth, collaboratively allow the work, all stream function work, and supplier, all real-time data is being accessed efficiently and more speed of innovation. That was, and here important thing I would like to highlight it. You know, typically that we work on the Facebook or the social network plan and we share idea and give the feedback. But this technology, a PLM-based platform-based platform, gives also collaboration platform like the Facebook, where all agency working on the ecosystem can write, can comment, can snap the images. We can use the emails. So all that happens in the OEM software itself. Or say Dassault system is there. Using the system, it provides the collaboration platform. You can share picture, collect the feedback, you can review it. All these things it provides. This is very, very fantastic. The features now technology are developed. Now I'm going to talk about the next 26 slides there. We have got close to say 20 minutes. I'll try to cover it. Anything we can take a questions. So I'm going to talk about one by one. So let's talk about design. I'll just go the fundamental. Now, I talked about the what is PLM. I have put that there are two aspects of the PLM. When a designer develops the data, there is the graphical format and there is a non-graphical format. All is handled. Graphical means CAD data, visualization, CA result, etc. come, or the here non-graphic bill of material. Bill of material, there will be a design bill of material, there will be a manufacturing bill of material, there will be a condition of supply, all kind of bill of material is design means the designer has designed it, he has maintained some hierarchy, but manufacturing will be done by some different, where he will assemble two different parts and build his sub assembly. So condition of supply or condition of manufacturing will change. That is called the E-BOM, manufacturing BOM is called. Process planning, variant management, change management, modularity, all such things can be done in the PLM domain area. And it is very nicely is done. And just here's a quick tip for computer science engineers. They can do the customization. They could do knowledge-based engineering. They could testing, installation, user management, CAD integration, of multi-convention. There is a nice scope for them to really work, build this skill and work for the industry. Now, what is also PLM for the project management? So I'm talking about the platform with the PLM, where all users are connected and etc. Here we can do the project management. No need to go to MS Excel. No need to go to, you can open the MS Excel file or whatever directly on the platform that enables it. No need to go to Primus Vera. Here you can create the task like project management. You can see here, right side screen is there. You can do the task is assigned to whom, or how much work he has done, what is the end date, a start date, a trigger, notification. All collaborations can be done using this platform. So product lifecycle manager, one collaborator enables you to do the complete project management on the PLM platform. Moving ahead to that, this important slide for all engineers. Here, I put that PLM, how it enables the design and CAE. CAE means how the failure will happen. I have design is optimally designed or not. So here's that I'm doing the product designing. So I always say the product designer should also know about the CAE. You may have the detailed CAE analysis, finite analysis, breakers separately. So here product design. So these are the all best practices is available on the platform. When you work in this platform, it suggests that best practices. This is the way you need to start. You need to design. You have to manufacture. These are the, because a lot of industry, the best practices comes to here. How the sheet metal part to be designed, how sheet metal to be offloaded. We design it, but it will sustain the load or the fatigue life or then the reliability. We can check quickly, do the pre-processing or the solve it and post-process it. Linear, non-linear answers also we can do it here. So here, PLM and platform enable we the same thing, design do the CA analysis and improve the design, or reduce the whatever the objective is setting. So PLM provides the PM-led designing. This itself is a slide, is a kind of detailed discussion which you require maybe couple of hours to explain it. But I have put it here because all of you will get to know that how PLM is enabling all the ecosystem or digital trait of the product lifecycle management. Now, this is a very important slide. We say that PLM becomes the corporate. Whatever you want to collect the data information, just check into the PLM. Check-in is that say the idea का documentation या product specification का या prototype का या testing का है या design FMEA का है, process for manufacturing or design for Six Sigma. Because when we design it, there is some methodology adopted. So these provide that these are the sequence, these are the checklists, these are the quality documentation to be found, these are the way we need to do the design. So so PLM provides a common repository of all documentation. I talked about the design, all documentation with the change management, with version. Ek version change your V1 to V2, no need to talk about. You want to go back to the old version, you can do it. So PLM provide that all design document and practices is the managed through this. Now this was about the your design and prototype also. Prototype, you want doing the prototype, you want to learn something or knowledge, we have built it, all you can check it to the day. Moving to the next, new product introduction is another stream. When a designer design it, NPI, new product introduction team, he enables that the design is there. We implement it into the manufacturing. So next one. So what we do it, there are multiple stages of the new product introduction. First, they release the small budget for only concept designing. Then we see that right direction is then cost target is met, functional or design requirement is met. Then it go release for the dies and tools or manufacturing. So these are the stage. There are multiple gate which is open. It doesn't that key once it's commercialized, we straight will go to the production and design. There are multiple gate. There are quality required. There are business requirement, and there are custom requirement to match. Otherwise, some get we close it that this product will not move. So this entire new product management we can do managing on the product life cycle management. Now, this important slides, I have dipped down it. Each of the area itself is a big area. We can talk for a day, each of the area. So I'm just talking about simultaneous engineering. The some of the term which I'm introducing, say designer designing, but is that the mechanical part or collision is happening, assembly check is there, assembly properly happening or not, electrical part is properly fitment, all checks are technology or software available on product lifecycle, and we can do it. So all cost, so that rework we can push it to the production. So rework thing can be digitally checked and digitally approved before moving it to the production. Dimensional variation analysis is a very nice technology. It has a huge hot skill is there that in a BRW, a body in white, if you are making anything and which have got tolerances, so you can simulate the entire tolerance and you can find it out which change of any parameter tolerance, how the product variation will happen. So this is what is very important. Suit costing. So PLM also provides that costing of the part or the product of the entire thing, which include the manufacturing processes, stages, all aspects of the time, cost, process, all is done. And PLM enables that to do the suit cost and tier down benchmarking. Means you are doing the competitor. Say I'm making a car, but I have got competitor, other OEM. I can do the tear down, opening all the part, collect their part, manufacturing process, heat treatment process, weight, plastic part, metal part, non-part, all we can do and pull this information and push it to the PLM so that any agency who can refer it, see it and improve their part of the designing. So what we see it here in this slide, product lifecycle management or application platform becomes the common repository of entire data of managing, using it and managing with the users. That is what is talking about. Now moving to the project. So now this particular slide I have just created because I wanted to talk about, you know, that nowadays there are a lot of things which here in the technology, the digital twin. What is digital twin? Digital twin, this is what I have taken. I'm just taking an example. Say you take a car assembly plant. I have written the right objective is to make the car assembly plant, and my objective is to that how I can reduce the time cost of the process and optimize it. That's what. So take that. What we need to do, I have to build a digital factory. So I can take the, say, car assembly line itself as the entire assembly line. Because in a car manufacturing, there will be paint shop, there will be BIW shop, there will be manufacturing shop of the production shop, tooling shop, or there will be, say, trim shop, a lot of shops. So I'm talking about egg assembly. If I can give the boundary of digital team to entire thing or one line or one station. So any of the line or whole plant, I can call it digital twin. So I need to define. So I'm defining that only one assembly line I'm calling about as a digital twin. So whatever I do the digital twin for the assembly line. So what we do first step in the digital twin, we build the entire thing digitally. So whatever we see in the assembly line, say conveyor, you talk about portal or civil or building or nut runner or tightening or the storage area or the product, whatever you see physically, we design the entire thing digitally. So first step is to do the digital and then create the process. So I'm moving how the 6 steps makes a digital twin, the boundary which you decide. I'm deciding the car assembly. I can take the entire plant. I'm repeating it. So doing a process, what process I need to do to create any operation in assembly line. So I will create the process. The PLM technology software provide that create a process. Now add the process. So a process I will say I'm doing the say suspension, leaf spring fitment. It will require the product. So it will require product. So process I've created, I will create the product. And I have created already resources. Resources is the entire thing which you do physically. Human is also resources. So here I say PPR. So product, process, and resource. This covers the entire thing which we see physically there, or the processes which happens on. This entire thing makes a digital twin. Entire thing makes a digital twin, which we call a digital twin. A scope I may increase and decrease. So somebody said I have got digital twin. So you need to ask that what is scope? Are we doing for digital twin in the entire assembly line, one station, or entire plant? So depending on that, we can say. So I have taken a car assembly line. So these 3 component element makes the digital twin. Now here I have put it is a greenfield and brownfield. मैं नया plant डाल रहा हूँ या पुराना plant है उसको मैं improve कर रहा हूँ, उसका capacity बढ़ा हूँ या Kaizen activity कर रहा हूँ, we can do it. So PPR, which makes the digital twin. Now once the base is set, I can do further step 5 and 6, simulate that how assembly happened, उसके बाद timing कितना लगेगा, robotic simulation or human simulation, augmented reality. So all these stage 4 of data or information will go pass it to the 5 and 6, and you can do the improvement. I can go the static data, statistical data, or simulation data, or improvement, or collision will happen. All we can do in digital. So this is a backbone of a digital twin. Key steps I have defined, how the steps followed in digital twin and a scope. And I have in 30 years, I have created more than lakhs of such digital twin project in my career. So it's a deep dive. So this is scope when we talk about digital twin. And you can see here the stage 5 is very important, because in the bullet point you see here, I'm talking about processes, Kaizen, and what we can do is very important here. This bullet point you see, I can run the digital twin to run for one shift. You run the plan and I can see that कि हम एक shift में कितना गाड़ी बन रहा है. I can run for the 1 month, 1 week, 1 year. I can see that what are the car, how many cars I'm producing, where is the bottleneck. I require the 1 forklift, 2 forklift, etc. Or utilization kitna labor chahiye, line balancing. All such aspects we can work on to simulate the digital twin. So scope goes and goes and on. I'm just covering the next slide. So this is about PLM enables the digital twin and scope. I'll skip over. This is more about digital twin. So going ahead, this is again how the workflow happens. Say PLM is there, process simulation, factory flow, process simulation, process planning, documentation, and it helps the documentation. Process it chahiye, operator process it, how he's going to do it, what is the control plan, what is the control, and this will be digitally animated video also. PLM makes you, or you can create the virtual reality also the way you want. This is a more deep dive of the your process planning, project related. This is a very important slide. See, I'm just giving you how the digital factory look. This is the way our digital twin will look. You can see here, I have built up shade, building, civil wala log yahan par work karega, structure, utility, like your power supply, or you talk about pneumatic oil, material handling, forklift, conveyor, you can line side, you can pallet, trolley, machines, layout, robotics, or human, or store. All 6 things goes to the digital plant or digital factory, which enables me digital twin. And you can see it here, PLM. PLM is the backbone, a pipeline, a single source of truth for all the people. Who are people are working manufacturing, they will work only with the backbone of the PLM, product life cycle. So much important about the PLM life cycle is a software. So all data goes there. It happened properly. It is not duplicate digital data. No people can keep it in the hard disk or locally, all will be managed live with single burst, and everyone will refer the same data. Say utility department working, civil is working on some, say I can work on the layout planning. So they can do simultaneously, concurrently working on that, which enables it. This is the same thing. Nowadays we say that, what is happening in industry? We are pushing more and more of a digital, which is a digital transformation. More we do the digital, less physically we need to do, less time, cost, and rework will be saved. So here I put the two examples. Top wall is showing about the point one. Here the Greenfield project. Greenfield project is talking about just make a business decision, make buy is digital twin and digital approach. So here, or you talk about the Brownfield project. Niche mein hai. So Brownfield project is what? I have got a plant where I want to introduce a new product, or I wanted to improve the process, I wanted to use the technology. So this is the difference between the green project and brown project. So all this happened, the left hand side, what you see here, the yellow left hand side, the flag all we do the digitally. So nowadays OEMs are focusing on that more often front loading. When everything we need to push in the digitally. Once digitally I see, digitally हम कितना truck बना सकते हैं, car बना सकते हैं, how many you can produce, or collision, or space कितना चाहिए, or river चाहिए, efficiency क्या है, utility, all we can do. Once this is made the target, then we open for doing the physical. Then the physical work start. So OEM or tier ones are looking into that more and more digitally, one digitally proven, established, then we go for physically. So until unless if you do not digitally, gate will not be open. Means all data will be protected. Once the gate is open, then we'll go for people will start physically. So this is the backbone again on the PLM. This is a more of a detail what we do and detailedly. So layout planning, process planning. मैंने बहुत time लेकर I build for all of you. What is the factory flows about? I can take a separate session, all the deep dive. This is a heavy robot loaded, and where all engineers or ready engineers or studying students can learn, pick up any of your passionate area, adopt that, deep dive it, and we can do it here. You can see it here, robotic pura, paint shop ka repeating or material handling robotics, human ergonomics को कितना bend होगा, वो bend होगा तो how fatigue will improve, उसका picture how will design so that उसको human ergonomics में कोई problem नहीं हो, factory flow. So all such things we can do it here. Line balancing. So what happens if you use the technology, making one product for processes, second model, it becomes very, very easy. Say only 20% of needs to be worked. So the time and cost saving happens. I'm moving ahead little while. So here, digital is the way for the time and cost saving, collaboration, faster time to market. This what is this particular slides give the message. I'm moving to the next slides, sourcing and enterprise resource, the planning. Just quick check, Ronit, you are able to hear me and see my screen? Abhinav, you can see my screen, you can hear?
Yes, sir.
Perfect, good. So now I'm just touching about, I have covered design, I have covered NP, I have talked about project. Now I'm going the 4 and 8. I'll quickly touch on this, then you can get into the kind of question. PLM, so ERP. ERP means SAP, we have heard ERP. So ERP will require the bill of material ki ek car mein kaun sa part lag raha hai, what are the processes there, what are the timing, because they will do the costing, they require the CAD data, they require the drawing to raise the purchase order or do your ordering stages or the inventory, all we inventory related we do the ERP. So they all pull the information from the PLM. If ERP is a separate software, so they can connect with the PLM software and collaborate and work for all this kind of activity which you have written here. Drawing ho, supplier ko dena hai, all we can do it here. Now I'm moving to, in fact, this includes the sourcing team. The people, the team in a ecosystem who develops the part from the vendor. They require all the data, latest data. So they all refer all the product license as a single source of truth to collaborate and share with them. So now I move it to the next is production. It's a very interesting production team. Production wale ko kya chahiye? Say you are a assembly line is there. Take the example of car. He will do the assembly. He will require the instruction ki humko what are the part I have to assemble. Ek car banata hai. There are 500 type of model and car is made. So whatever the model we are making, a variant we are making, what are the process there, what part I have to put, how much time required, how many labor I have to put, all information will come from the production. They require, and they require also training, how to train it, to do the train or maintenance. So all will come here. So here what we do it here, we have done in the digital manufacturing, the process team has created the processes. He can create a digital content for say video related also using that, or he can create the virtual reality content also with the same data. He can create it. It's enabled. A technology enables it to create it. He can create this process it here. You can see it here. Job instruction. You can create it here, or he can put the your what we call chaos or the TV. Sometimes you put the TV also in there where worker can come down and see the processes, how it is being done. Because in PLM, we are creating the work instruction or a step-wise document or training material. कि हमको leaf spring I have to put, how to do the leaf spring, what processes step to done, what part I have to put, what safety precautions I have to do, what is the quality parameter to, how to take from the pallet. All such informations come from the PLM related and the production team can access it. And augmented virtual, I'm going to talk separately. So this PLM enables the production demand. So we can see that how single source of truth, the PLM platform enabling all ecosystem. Now here I put that especially I put slides because this is the talk of the day in PLM as well as Industry 4. Virtual reality and extended reality or XR. So CAD data or process data or digital twin, which we have created recently in previous slides, can be used for design review, manufacturing, you can create the training content, sales people can create it. And nowadays, virtual reality content can walk through of a plant, putting the gadgets of like HTC Vive, any other devices, Oculus, mount devices, you can walk through it, we can pick the part, you can assemble, disassemble, and all things we can virtually train that on virtual reality. Nowadays, a very easy, quick tools are available which you can do. So whatever you see in the PLM, virtual clarity again comes on the OEM software and again platform. They pull the data, create the virtual reality for any of the agency. Like the salespeople like dealer, they want to sell, they can demonstrate the product, or customer comes to the dealer, he can experience the product through the virtual reality. So it will help you the kind of time saving, cost saving, easy to train, easy to troubleshoot, easy to do the maintenance related activity creation or repair, all such things we can do production. And this is applicable. See this slide. I put all the 12 sectors which you can do, the healthcare or consumer goods or home or natural mining, how is to be done. How is to be done? Since BIT Sindri in Dhanbad, you can create a mining related training that when a person goes into the mining, what safety comes on, what he has to walk through to do, how he has to see it, how it is to work, what is the safety process, all such things can be virtual reality we can create. Media, gaming, and these are the now gaming industries also coming forward to create the virtual reality. It's a very quick merging of the engineering software and the game engine software. And it applies across the, and this particular slide is for all of you to understand that how product life cycle management and is enabling on the platform base. This is a collaboration. Now moving to the last one, I think is the quality one. I have covered probably all the aspect. Quality. What is quality? How it helps? Quality, say, you see here, this is the car, the body. So once I have manufactured that, I need to check is that dimension is perfect, is not, what is the variation is the fitment are happening at that. So product life cycle technology is available, which we can put the product, measure the data and compare with the CAD data and get that where the variation is there. And also quality require, there is a documentation called, say, process flow diagram, process FMEA, quality control, all this documentation and change management and collaboratively can be done on that on using the product life cycle management technology. So now moving to the last one is sales and marketing, which you talk about. This is like you can see it here, how in the left, you can see the right top, how the virtual reality is being used for sales and marketing to demonstrate the product virtually, virtual reality to the customer. You can create a car, you can digitally drive it within the virtual reality, we can create that. Customer can create that. Now the showrooms are equipped with this. Many some you can see at the left bottom and how virtual reality he's experiencing. He's touching the part, he's lifting the part. 4 or 5 people are experiencing the same car. So sales and marketing team or dealer, there is a car configurator also. Now the website you can see it. You can go and browse it the way you want to configure the car, the color, or the type of steering wheel, the type of the body, or whatever you want, you can configure, create the product. So product lifecycle enables that to create the car fund, customer experience, technical support to sales team, or virtual showroom. All aspects can be done for branding and marketing of the product. So again, product lifecycle, again, same platform, collaboration, faster time to market, and all the stakeholder or digital thread people can access the same thing and same data. And technology now is available and provided. So this is the quick point one. We have challenges, digital transformation ecosystem. I've spoken about in depth. Last only 4 slides. In the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'll cover it. Is that what are the benefits and summary and question? So this we have seen. I'm putting again slide. The product lifecycle brings the digital transformation with entire ecosystem. We call it digital thread or digital continuity. All stakeholder in a standard, which enables that, and all people very efficiently more, because when we start managing and it comes from the PLM, we can very systematic approach we can manage, and this is adaptable to the a startup company can adopt, an enterprise small and medium can cover, or heavy industry can cover, and across the industry, not only automotive can cover, we can see it. And this is again putting that whatever we have seen just previous slide, these are the all technology available, because there are different technologies are available in the market based on the need, a requirement, based on the choice of the customer, he can, and the PK can do it. So what we saw the PLM, and these are the technologies. Remember previously was the domain, stakeholder stages, and these are the technology enabler. So what we see the key benefit here when we talk about is the digital thread and digital twin create faster time to market, leverage technology, managing complex things we can manage. We can connect user, supplier, partner, customer, change management, collaboration, productive improvement, solve big problems and do more improvement, and at the less save time, cost, and do the innovation. And here right and see that all aspects, all systems connected, and here how the gear shows without innovations can be done, factory, cost saving, time saving, all makes this possible with the BL using the PLM technologies. So summary of my session here, we talked about overview of the product lifecycle, feature and functionality of the PLM, how different agency stakeholders are connected on board of the PLM, application of PLM, digital technology and software is very important, because we know the domain, but we need the technology. And the lastly is the one key message which I always say in the PLM is adoption of platform-based solution, not one separate solution, platform-based solution, and collaboration of your all ecosystem, supplier or internal users, internal user of the company, internal department or external needs to collaborate, and this platform makes this enable to realize the benefit. This was the summary. Now any question answer we can take. Ronit, you are there. Abhinav, you are there.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Participants, now we are open to questions, and if you have any query, sir, there are some queries in the chat box. May I read it for you?
Please.
Yes, sir. Sir, there's a question like, when the benchmarking is for a new product is done based on data collected from already existing similar product in the market, how does a company ensure that innovation is not compromised?
Yes. So I'll just take a 1 minute to explain what is the benchmarking. Benchmarking is done, say I'm talking about a car. I'm going to make a car, or I have got a existing car, I'm going to product a new part. It is always good that the similar products are available in the market, and customer takes the other car and he does the tiers and means does the first level. He look at the entire vehicle. He does the performance check of that how much is the mileage, what are the other performance parameters, he measure it. Then he gets into the system buys, subsystem buys, and he comes to a part. Say he comes to a part, say this is a leaf spring or coil spring. He says that what is the weight of the coil spring, is the metal or non-metal? What is the mill? What is the manufacturing processes? What is the manufacturing processes? What heat treatment he is doing that? He all things that. And he does if he has got internal product, he compares it. He compares it. And then taking that as a feedback is important to know from the benchmarking. And then subject matter experts means mechanical engineer or manufacturing engineer or design engineer or CA engineer or the material engineer or process engineer. They come together and all the parts are kept on the desk if it is done physically, and they come and they do the brainstorming. There is a separate methodology where we call the value analysis and value engineering is a methodology they adopt. They see that how I can do innovation with objective of delivering better performance, better weight, cost come, your material or the time I can save. So all this too is done, and they come up with the better innovative the product and solution. They do not straightway copy it. They build their own product with innovation. But it is good that they realize that where are you, so that they make and produces best of the product and is served to the customer. So this is the matter. So innovation is not compliant. They know it where it is that, and we do it. And that helps the improvement. Innovation is never compromised. It comes with a different product, and there are methodology how to do the innovation when we do the tier done benchmark. And there also the cost. If the cost of the product, the way they have done, can I say what is the product, who is the sourcing, what are the machines they are using, from where it is being sourced, can I do better, how the logistics manager, what is the loss, all aspects is combined, and a lot of innovation happens in the product process and the resources. Hope this answers, Ronit. Whoever asked.
Yes, sir. Sir, there's a question. Sir, as there are multiple software in the market for every work, how to cope up with technologies for development in product?
This is a nice question. I'll help you. I think Ranjit Ratan has asked. When you are studying in the college, so what I recommend is that you decide one industry or one sector with your own interest. Say you adopted that I want to really learn at the college. You take any industry. Say you took the automotive. Now you took that key, I will learn the automotive, but I will I will become a design engineer. And whatever the college has got the technology, whether the Siemens technology is there, or Dassault is there, or PTC, any technology there, would take that technology and using that technology, whatever, and go through the end-to-end product development, design, and manufacturing, all the stages which talk about your PLM we have spoken about. So whatever the technology we have got at the college, learn that, using that for a particular sector, learn all the stages, but you can deep dive on particular design if you want to be a design engineer. So it is not necessary that you learn all the software at the college, because when you become ready engineer, you are passing, applying the college. When the hirer come or recruiter comes, they see that do you have got a domain, do you have got the technology, or technology, because once you know the one technology, working on other technology becomes very easy. So this will be my advice. But you work for you must know others. It is good to know others, but good to deep dive one sector, take one product, build that product in the college from end to end. And you can do one particular area deep dive. So that's mine. So forget about all technology, no need to. Because when you go to the industry, whatever that particular industry, if you have been hired, whatever technology they are using, you need to work on that. But your learning at the college in one particular domain or sector or will help you to go there and learn other software. Hope this answer, Ranjit.
Yes, sir. Sir, there's a question from Mithun Das. Mithun Das, what is SHM in enterprising resource planning?
Okay, very nice. Thanks, Mithun, asking. SMH is the standard man hour. Say in a assembly line in a car, I'm giving example. Say operator does a operation. So for doing a particular operation, or he is fitting the, say he is doing a fitment of bolt, or he's fitting a suspension, or he is doing the, say, axle fitment. So that particular fitment of process will require some time. There are method to do calculate the timing, either with the stopwatch or use the, there are most or Maynard operation, most techniques are there. Using that methodology, you can calculate the time and you can assign that time to particular labor. Key for doing this, you will require so much of time. So time is calculated. That is what we call the SMH. And that SMH will help you to calculate the cycle time of the product, or takt time of the product, or how many parts you can produce in a line. So when this way SMH is calculated, I have to, and similarly with that SMH will be calculated for all the processes in that particular plant. So we will have to have that all processes involved into that. That will give me total time required to make a product or car. That timing is needed to do the costing, cost calculation or line balancing or information. So that time is goes to ERP, and ERP contains all commercial aspect, business कि उस department में which labor is working, what is the utility consumption, what is the overhead, direct cost, indirect cost. So there will be hourly cost associated with that. Ki say 10,000 per hour is the cost of that particular assembly line, putting all aspects of that hourly nickel. And now I have put that ki making that car I require 5 hours. So 5 hours and multiply by say 10,000, we multiply so that we calculate the cost of the product for booking the cost of the purpose or commercial total overall cost, many other purposes. So this is what is the brief on that, how SMS goes to the enterprise, because enterprise resource planning require ERP where the business data is managed, and they require for the costing of the vehicle or many other things. So some bonus concept is there, how the bonus will be given to labor. So many other things comes. Hope this answer, Mithun.
Yes, sir. Sir, there is a question. What are recent application sector of PLM?
PLM is applied. If you see my multiple slides on this, PLM product lifecycle is the backbone of the industry. All sector, all types of sector is applicable. There was one slide. I'll just go to that slide quickly. This slide was here. Here, if you see here bottom, all the sector, technology, PLM, applicable industry, all the sector. I have listed them, but whatever you see that even FMCG, infrastructure, steel, all require the PLM software. But their methodology implementation, their workflow will be different based on the company to company, based on the, because company will have their own practices and methodologies that needs to be improved or customized to implement it, and for the different sector. So automotive will have some different concept of industry, best practices, and aerospace will have different. So, but this PLM is used for the all.
Okay, sir. Sir, there's a question from Aniket Chatterjee. Sir, how PLM can trigger or managed well by applying Six Sigma?
Okay. Now, when we Six Sigma, there are Lean Six Sigma we talk about. So this can be implied in, I'm taking example of manufacturing, where Six Sigma methodology can be implemented. Six Sigma methodology can be implemented now all over the design. And the Six Sigma methodology has got some steps, basic steps to be followed. All basic steps are at the concept level available in product lifecycle management and can be used, it can be deployed. Something specific, some customization require, you want some kind of different output, some different kinds of statistical calculations, which can be done. And it can be done also for the Kaizen, some aspects can be done. So you need to technology available, which you need to use it, enable it for your kind of application, and the domain which you wanted is there. Hope this answer to your Aniket. Yes.
Aniket, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Question from Kundan. What makes a good PLM?
No, I'm not getting the context. But I'll try to guess what he's expecting. So PLM, good PLM. So if you want to develop a software, so if from that aspect he's looking it out, there are ready-made matured technologies available, which I have shown into the in the slide. No need for any reinventing, but you want to develop in a better solution, you are always there. But PLM is there. I have shown is that it has to manage the CAD data, it has to manage the multi-CAD data, it has to manage the data, document, change management, graphical, non-graphic data, and all functionality which I'm using for that particular industry, that needs to be there. So in a nutshell, whatever I'm talked about today should be available in the PLM to make a software good. Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, there's a question from Anurag Srivastav. Sir, is coding or programming language necessary for working in production department in industries?
Production.
Yes, sir.
No, I'll just define what is the role of a production guy. Production guy is in a typical industry, production leaders are always the leader of the primary in the organization. That is what I have seen, and that's the way it happened. The role of a production engineer that he has to learn how the processes happen, how the process planning is there, what is tooling or simulation, how your productivity calculation is there. But primary role is there that he need to supervise, guide your laborers or manpower to do the assembly, and you need to ensure that whatever target is there, that supervises the engineer who is leading that line, who is handling the line with all the operator working in the line. He needs to ensure that whatever target is there, he needs to achieve, whatever the improvement is to be done, whatever the innovation is to be done in the process and production, how your layout planning is to be done, how the supply chain be done, how the materials to be fed into the line, what is the lean manufacturing, what is the Kaizen is there. So all he becomes as a production person, an engineer needs to do it when he is in the shop. He has to manage whatever internally things are happening in the production. He would be responsible depending on what level he is placed. Hope this answers.
Yes, sir. Sir, there's a question from Aniket Ballab. Sir, what would be the plan to proceed with the field of designing after graduation?
I'm not able to. Is Pallav is asking, sir, what should be the planning to proceed with field of designing after graduation?
Aniket Vallabh.
So, Aniket, if you see in the initial slide, I mentioned about that being in the college in BIT, whatever technology is there, you need to do two things. One is that learn about the design, the basic engineering design, strength of material. I'll talk about, say you are going to design engine in automotive, know about design some of the component, take the suspension, you take about the body designing or chassis designing, do the designing with your engineering skill. One. Second, you learn a software, any technology, whatever technology software you are having. I have mentioned all whatever that, learn that software using that, and you identify one product. Say you take, say, e-rickshaw. You take a e-rickshaw and design completely, do the design calculation with my own hands. Just an example, being as an engineer, you are learning. Do the all hand calculations. Your structural design, electrical design, make a team with the electrical student, make a team should have an electronics engineer, team should have the civil engineer, team should have the computer science. Make a team all work together with a different domain, because you may not be able to comfortable on electrical. So electrical people will do the electrical designing, or he will do the battery calculation if you're designing. All together decide one product. Say I'm going to design a three-wheeler or a scooter or motorbike with electric vehicle with so much of capacity. You define the target. Define the target. Then what you do, you study the similar product available. आसपास में garage में जाओ, dealer पर see the product, how is there, learn that product. From their learning, apply your engineer learning and try to do the hand basic calculation, basis calculation. So this is given the experience, and see the finally say as a outside product also. Build an innovative idea and develop a product using the technology software which is available here for their product there. Develop the software digitally. Develop the software digitally. So this will make you that you understand the product, you know the basic engineering, you know the calculation, you have digitally designed. And if you arrange to some fund, and then try to make a, say you are arranging some fund with some sources, then try to make the prototype of the same product into the college. If you're not doing the product, fine. But entire thing you try to do at the college. And if you are doing that at the college, fine. And if you are getting a job outside, fine. But you want to pursue that, you can start your own startup being in the college. And whatever learning is their product, you see that how this can be opened you as in a startup and how you can take it to the market or commercialize it. So either you can start your own, or your this learning you can appear for the recruiter, talk about that, present it. I'm sure that if you do it, the whoever is hired, if you want to work in design, will surely will crack through. So that's my suggestion. This is the way we should plan. Puranit, you can hear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Question from Kundan. What are the preferred engineering branches to follow PLM?
Okay, as I said initially, PLM software for each and every branch. If you find any challenges that this PLM is not suitable for any particular industry or for particular engineering branch, you ask me. I'll give an example to that. I have given example for automotive. It goes to aerospace. It goes to mining. Let me take an example. Probably your Kundan or Mitan might be having mind. How the mine? Do you know that in mining, what we do in mining? Mining, what we do? They are a surveyor. We do the mine planning. So surveyor goes, he deep down, he do the boring, say the mining area, he do the boring. Then he tries to find it out that at what level, which type of ore is there. He does it. And he again goes somewhere else, he does the boring. Then he collects the details. Then this way, if say he is doing the 10 square kilometer of area, and he physically collected, there is PLM software. I'm just going to name it Dassault System. Say GeoBI is there. You can use data, you can create entire mining digitally on software using the PLM software, say GeoBI of Dassault System. There may be many. And you can map this, your boring data of which level is there. And based on the domain expert of this, you can create the entire thing digitally, where you can estimate that how many ores are there, how many depth is there, how many actually is there, that estimation we can do it. And entire calculations we can do it. One. Second, how mining is to be done, what processes we need to follow, which way we need to dig it out. So entire thing, mine process planning and digital visualization, we can do it in digitally. Technology is available on the PLM. Once you do digitally, like automotive I explained, we can do in the PLM, and then you can do the physically. It's a great time, great cost, lot of saving happen. So this is one of the difficult, probably I try to answer with the mining, but yes, it is there. I myself have worked on this technology. I have happened to work on that. So this is applicable to all branches. Civil is there. Civil people, civil student, what does? They design the tunnel designing, they do the building designing, they do your tunnel design between or your ropeway designing, or you want to do the estimation of that your mountain, etc. So technology PLM, like Dassault system, I'm for example, there is a CATIA is not only used for the mechanical people, it is used by the electrical, mechanical, electrical, for their own specific domain. The civil people can use it, do the entire designing, building information modeling, interior designing, building designing, foundation designing, all can do using the PLM. Similarly for electrical, battery designing, battery chemical designing, wiring designing, wire harness designing, system engineering, electrical, electronics can do it. So this is applicable to all branches. If you have got any specific, you can talk to me separately, I can help you. Same question to answer to the Mithun. It is applicable to all sectors, just I have talked about. He is asking which sector, how can I apply, right?
Yes, sir.
This is
Sir,
applicable to that.
there's another question. Sir, what is digital twin in PLM? If you could explain it again.
Okay. So digital twin.
already.
So can I answer? Ronit?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So digital twin, in a short, I'll just again mention with taking again example from automotive or car assembly. So I have got a car plant. Car plant has got assembly line, paint shop for painting the cab. There is a storage area. There is a, say, die and tooling area. All areas are there in a plant. So I can take an entire plant as a digital twin. I can take one assembly line of car assembly line is a one twin. I can take one station as a digital twin to create. So you can define the scope and boundary. But what we need to do in the digital twin, if you design one station, that particular station, you need to take care three things: product, process, and resources. What are the product is there? Their digital data, CAD data has to be there. What are the processes? Digital processes needs to be created. I mean, how we need to do it. And what are the resources like say tackle, trolley, building, gas, nut run, and all needs to create. So this become a digital factory of that station. Now, if you simulated that, means if you add the timing into that, say the movement is happening, operator is moving, or classes are happening, or you doing the operation, so that becomes that. Then I add on that on station that how many station parts can be produced on that station. How the robotics is, these robotics operations are there. So all aspects which you add it, you can increase the scope of that, adding more and more on top of that particular station, whatever scope it is defined, but digitally, whatever physically is going to happen, you create the digitally, that becomes a digitally twin. Whatever, whether it is a simulating process happening, you need to create on the computer, same thing in digitally. So when a physical, if you reproduce on the digital, is the digital twin in a knot. Hope this is answered, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, there's a question from Tejashwi Pandey. What is the best way to learn PLM and how much it will cost? Are there any free course online? And what are the prerequisites to learn?
What I'll say suggested is that if you see the PLM which I have talked about, it is a very PLM is the backbone of all the stakeholder, all agency, all aspect of domain. So if you get into the all, probably you will not be able to do in the con. You pick up any of that area and you use the PLM platform, because PLM will have all software. If you pick up one domain, say the design engineer, CA engineer, or electrical, you want to do the battery designing, take that product. And on the PLM platform, which provide basically technology, for battery designing on PLM, what software is there? Use that software on PLM platform and design the battery. So I'm not sure what is at the BIT Sindri, and you can, if technology software is available, you can use that. or whatever list I have shown it, that you can browse their website, get the details, and you can apply for the training. They can provide you the training. Probably I can, Ronit, help you with some link where now that this technology is for the student, it is very cheap and readily available. I can send you the link where you can just go
Yes,
and browse it, and you can quickly start from today evening only. Just today evening only. You can start learning, and learning training materials are also online available. Case studies are there. You can participate in the contest also, to submit your product, win the contest, learn the technology, and become your ready once you pass for the good job. I can share in the offline some link. I can share with Abhinav or Ronit. You can collect and you can see it. And you can data any software. But I can share a 2-3 where you can browse it. For a student, it's a very throwaway prices you get it, or the college can buy it. Or if your college it is there, then you can use it. Hope Ronit, it answered. Ronit, are you there? Are you there? I'm not able to hear Ronit. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes.
Yeah.
I hope there is some technical issues from Ronit's side.
Okay.
I would like to proceed forward the question which Sikha Kumar has asked.
Yeah.
She is asking that is non-technical background student, like can non-technical students learn PLM? This is the question.
So what is, when you say the non-technical, means he's not from engineering background?
Exactly, sir. He's not, the person is not from exactly engineering background.
He's from engineering background, right? Sure.
He isn't from the engineering background.
So, but all engineers are technical, correct? So non-technical. So no, probably Sikha is trying to say that he is not aware of the PLM. He's not aware of any technology work. Probably that is the question, and he is saying that he non-technical. Yes, it is very easy nowadays. Nowadays, learning a technology PLM like a MS Project or PowerPoint or MS Excel. And now technology is very easily available. Training materials are there, or maybe 1 week of training, you can start designing the product. So Sikha is very, very easy, very easy. Nothing to worry. Whatever background you define, you can easily hope any branches. You can quickly learn and start delivering it. You can develop your own product. No issue. Hope this answer, Abhinav.
Yes, sir. This has given a very
yes,
apt
sir.
insight. Now, Ronit,
Sir,
please
am I
continue.
audible? Yes, sir. Sir, I think we are the queries, and if any participant have any query, you can reach out to us, and you can also connect to sir. There's LinkedIn ID and mail.
Yes, you can connect on the LinkedIn and you can write me
Forward,
messages,
I will
and
like
you can write an email. I can help you, Ronit, and you can communicate to all people. And yeah.
yes, sir. So, moving forward, on behalf of Mechanical Engineering Society, BIT Sindri, I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our esteemed speaker who spared time from his busy schedule. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely be going to encourage us in our future. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and have shown a new path to us. My gratitude to our esteemed speaker for gracing this occasion and sharing his opinion today. Sir, your opinion on the challenges of engineering domain is really informative and interesting. And the concept of digital twin is really very much helpful for us, really impactful in our near future. Thank you, sir. And from our side, here is a small turn of love as a symbol of honor from our side. And it is really an honor for me to present the memento. Request to please present the memento. And also, here is a certificate of appreciation from our side for sir, this is a small gift from our, because you enlightened the session and enlightened us with your warm words, and it was really interesting with us. And now I would like to express my gratitude to our director, Professor Dr. D. K. Singh sir, and our head of department, Dr. S. K. Singh sir, for providing us the encouragement and support. I'm very grateful for them to giving us an opportunity to arrange such an encouraging and enlightening event, which help us to give, which gave us a good things and learn about digital transformation through product happen overnight. I would like to thank all the members of Mechanical Engineering Society PIT Sindri for this insightful webinar for us. Thank you to all the participants. And here is a memento that I would like to honor to our Professor Dr. DK Singh, SK Singh sir, Head of Department of Mechanical Engineering Society, Mechanical Engineering. Please a memento from our side to all the participants who joined this session.
Thank you, Ronit.
Will
Thank you for
surely
memento. Thanks
come
for
up
your
with
kind
more
word.
such events and occasions for you.
Ronit,
And
I
all
hope there is lots of network issue from your side.
we
I would request you to kindly pause yourself or mute yourself. Yeah. So you were trying to speak something. Please do the
Yeah.
honor.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Abhinav. Thank you, Roni and Dr. Sanjay Kumar Singh and Dr. DK Singh for your kind word and memento. And thanks for opportunity to may share my experience. And thanks for certification. And thanks to Ronit and Abhinav for very nicely organizing. And thanks to all participants. I see large number of people have attended. Thanks to them. If they can connect me on LinkedIn or write an email, I'll surely try to help them to really whatever the thoughts are they're expecting to hear from me. Thank you so much. I'm honored.
Thank you, sir. This was really an honor to have you here and hear from you. Really, this will be an insightful session and everybody must have been highly benefited from your words. Thank you for joining us, sir. We shall shortly send you the token of love and the certificate on your mail. Thanks
Thank
to
you,
all
sir.
the participants. too.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rani. Thank you all participants. And best wishes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, sir. Good night.
Good night.
Ayush, you are requested to kindly switch off this meeting. Drop this meeting, please.
okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you all.